All right, we are live. Back with another training stream. We got a couple of things to take care of here before we get started. I'm just going to pop on into our YouTube studio and our Twitch creator dashboard to make sure that everything appears to be up and running. And then we're going to get into our workout. We do have a fun workout today. I'm very excited for our workout. Luke Perry, hey, how's it going? How are you doing today? Thanks for checking out the stream. Can you flex? Not well. It's about as much as we can flex. So yeah, it looks like YouTube is up and running. Luke Perry is visiting from Twitch, so I assume that our Twitch, can you pose? I don't know how to pose that well, so I don't even know all the mandatories. Much more of a power lifter than I am a bodybuilder. Not a bodybuilder in the slightest, actually. So, definitely can't do any posing any justice. Okay, so let's see. Twitch is working. Yeah, Twitch is live. YouTube appears to be live as well. See, Twitch is... Yep, okay, good. All right. So, yeah. Squat day. I think we got a fun stream planned. We're going to do heavy singles for squats today. We're going to work all the way up to 390 pounds, which will probably be the most that I've had on my back since, I want to say, 2023. So that'll be fun to see. And then we're just going to hang out. We're going to enjoy it a bit. And at the end of the stream, depending on who we get in here, I'm hoping that Equipment Exercise will join, because I got a YouTube video queued up here based off of conversation we were having on last stream. I think we're going to react here. We're going to do a react video to this guy right here. Coming out, the truth here. So this has been a big topic of conversation, this Hussein guy coming out as a fake natty like most people thought he was. But that'll be for later. For now, we'll simply be doing our warm-up. But thank you for joining there, Luke Perry. If you're still in the chat there, I'm curious how you found the stream. I always like to ask people how they found the stream. We'll start off by warming up our shoulders like usual. We also had a heck of a time with our microphone last stream, where we were getting static. It was clipping like heck, which wasn't very fun. It was a lot of IT issues, but I spent about an hour here testing everything out. And I think we got it under control. Let's make sure our RuneScape buddy is getting in his work while we're here. That's good enough for me. Okay. We're going to need a good warm-up today, because I'm sure these squats are going to feel heavy. How are you, Sia? It's a good day. What's good? Lots is good. It's been a good Friday. I'm excited for the stream. Got a good day of work in, got a lot done. Was hoping to see all of the community out tonight for the stream. I'm gonna get some heavy squats in, like I was saying earlier. We're gonna squat up to 390 pounds tonight, which is the heaviest that I've had on my back in quite some time, so I'm excited for that. And I have a YouTube video queued up here that I think we're gonna watch at the end of the stream after we're done working out. I'm hoping that Equipment Exercised has a chance to stop in, because he and I were talking about it last stream. You're gonna BRB. Sure. Go do what you gotta do. We'll see you in a bit. I'm still on my warm-up, so lots of time. Show the world Craig's puppy available for adoption. How's it going, Chicklet? You send that to me on Snapchat. What a beautiful little puppy. Why don't we adopt Craig's puppy there, Chicklet? I'm down. We could give him a good home. Because I'm not raising it. I raise the kittens myself, basically. It'd be no more work for you. I can't take the puppy flooring. Oh, okay, well, I guess I'll leave it here with you. Then you can look after it while I'm flooring. That sounds like a good compromise. Okay. Should we maybe try and turn on little RuneScape music? Random. Is that gonna work? Is the question. Start her off with Sea Shanty. Oh no, I bet you it's on mute. All right. Okay, we're back. Let's get under the bar here. Get all the safety set up. Because one thing that you definitely need to worry about when you're going for some heavy singles is that your squat safeties are set to the correct height. Because if they're not set to the correct height and you miss a squat, you're going to be in for a bad time. And as far as the workout goes, three by 1 at 176 and then 3 by 3 at 152. 176, I think we already calculated to be 190. Sure is. And 152 is 335. Okay. We're going to hop right on into it. Ugh. All right, how'd the ting go? Ting went good. Doesn't look like we're getting any audio issues. It's gonna be the battle all day. I'm gonna be paranoid about audio issues now for life. The audio issues are gonna be something we worry about for the rest of our streaming career. But it ain't gonna hurt us today. Because, yeah, we did a few things. We put on a compressor, we put on an expander, we put on a couple audio settings anyway. Sia is lurking. Sounds good to me. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, I'm fired up. We're gonna have a good workout today. Looks like the microphone is handling the plate loading pretty well. That's a loud one. Yeah, we're there. We got her. We got it. We are back. Easy peasy. We're going to be checking the microphone a little bit more than often today. Uh-oh. What was that? Yeah. That was a big sound. that a RuneScape level? Might have been a RuneScape level. It sure was. All right. What are we now? Level 72. Level 72 strength for our RuneScape buddy. Not bad at all. Actually had my friend Lane wanting me to do a group Iron Man account with him, which I said I would probably do, but I have not actually made a character for that yet. So I'm probably gonna have to do that soon. And one thing I also did, if you check the thumbnail on YouTube, is I actually added a episode number, and this is officially live training stream number 7. I don't like that. Stop that camera. Oh well. I always forget that this camera has hand gestures. Just realized my TV was turned. And I wonder why my TV was turned. Maybe Chicklet has an idea. Ugh. Oh. Okay, good. So far, so good. RuneScape buddy. Chilling again as usual. Keep them rolling. And we're back. So as far as the squat goes, with our program, we have been squatting 3 days a week now for 7 weeks. For me, I always find that my squat works best when I'm squatting 3 days a week. It allows me a lot of reps to build up good technique, spread the volume out over multiple workouts, and also have a heavy day where I can go for a heavier set, push the overall intensity without killing my recovery at the same time. So I'm very much enjoying the 3-day-a-week squat routine. But we got a ways to go still. Ugh. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Okay, Killer Set Make, I'm back. What's good? Hopped over on YouTube and gave you a like. I don't know if you can see it. I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can here. Yeah, absolutely I can. Thank you. Absolutely. That all helps us out for sure. Oh. Yeah, what's good? I don't know. I don't know what's good. Everything in general, quite frankly. Feeling really good today. I think I talked a little bit about it last Friday, but I hired like a new worker for the flooring work that I do as my day job. And it's been a little bit of a process getting him up and running. He didn't have any experience flooring. He had some experience doing some other laboring work. He was building grain bins before this. So I've basically had to show him everything, but this week in particular, he's really stepped up. He's gotten quite a bit faster, which is kind of the biggest issue right now with him. New guy on the floor, exactly, yep. But today over the last 2 days, he was able to rip out an entire 3-bedroom apartment for me, which is a big help because typically that would be me. And the more rip outs that he can do for me, the more installing I can do, which is actually laying down the flooring. The rip outs are pulling up the old carpet, pulling up the old lino, taking off the base, all that kind of grunt work. And I don't mind doing it, honestly. I know you follow me on Instagram. If you go back, or if you just go to the Reels portion of my Instagram page, I have a lot of flooring videos on there as time lapses. I had a lot of fun making them, but they're just a lot of editing time, so I've kind of stopped recently. Focused more on the fitness videos than the flooring videos. But yeah, he's taken a big load off my plate, and I think he's gonna work. He's got a good attitude, so ain't nothing to it but just keep working. Big dub for Durham is his name. Big dub for Durham. Oh, let's go. Good on you for taking up the youngling under your wing. Yeah. Yeah. It's a big step. You don't necessarily want to bring someone on if you don't have enough work for them, hey? So that's kind of the biggest balance. You really want to have enough work for somebody because you don't want to promise someone a job, have them quit another job or put off other plans to come work for you, hoping that they're going to be able to pay their bills, feed their family, things like that, and not have enough work for them. So good news is that's not the case. We have plenty of work, lots of work for him. So if he's willing to work, he'll make a ton of money, and I'll make my money, and we'll be happy. We'll do a lot of flooring. Okay, so we're at 315 right now. And we got to get to 390. I'm almost wondering if we should go 355, 375. I think that makes a little bit of sense. I think 355, 375, 390 makes the most sense. That looks heavy. That's the idea. That's the idea today for sure. We want it to feel heavy today. I'd like for that bar speed to slow down quite a bit. I'd like for it to look tough. Oh, my focus is a little off. There we go. Oh. We might even do a little bit of smelling salts today. I think that might be fun. I think it's heavy enough to warrant it. Okay. Yeah. Let's get a set in. Let's do it. Freaking nose is itchy. Need to trim up the nose hairs. Got a haircut on September 2nd. Maybe I'll get her to wax the nose hairs right out of there that day. Good. Felt like that moved pretty good. Still missing 10 pounds. Can't count. Oh, that'll be the next one. Other than the flooring and the new guy, what have you been up to? What else have I been up to? Kind of a lot of the same stuff that we're normally doing. We had golf on Wednesday, like normal. I did not golf well, but I actually had quite a bit of fun. I birdied the very first hole, which was good because it was a hole that I typically have a hard time with. So I started off the round with a birdie, which felt great, but the rest of the round didn't go my way. But that's kind of the way golf goes. And then Thursday, yesterday, I kind of got a little lazy yesterday, honestly. I had the day off from volleyball. It was a gap week. They leave 1 week off a year for makeup games, and our team hasn't missed any games. So we didn't have any makeup games to make up yesterday. So we had a full week off from volleyball. But instead of coming home and getting a workout in and catching up on those, I just spent the night with Alyssa and did some relaxing. Went to bed early, got some rest, felt good. How about yourself? Did you get into anything fun or out of the ordinary this week? Oh, why is the lights like that? Did everything go dark for you there? It's good out here. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm doing my final year of school and I'm doing finals, so school has been shit. Other than that, all is good. Yeah, that did for a while. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Weird. Weird. No big deal. Seems to have corrected itself. You're in school right now. That's interesting. When does your school run from? Or are you taking summer classes? Is that what's happening? Most of our students are out of school right now. They go back in September, actually. Oh, equipment exercise is back. But you're not showing up in the chat. Why is that? Oh, darn. Why is that? Let's see. Is this no longer connected? It isn't. Let's see if I can correct that really quick. Okay, looks like I'm signed in there. Looks like magic. Haha! Haha, there we go. Okay, we are back. Equipment exercise, how is it going? I'm excited to see ya. Had a plan here today. We were going to get our workout in. And then, based on our conversation from last week, I have a video queued up. I don't know if you've been on YouTube at all. You pulled me into the chat. You're back. Yeah. Is this the solution to the mic? No. I don't know why it's dark right now. It's so weird. Oh well. I think I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about that for now. Who cares? So what? I'm a little bit darker. But yeah, based on our conversations from last week, Hussein, whatever that kid's name is, officially came out as a fake Natty as of today. Greg Doucette posted a video. I have the video queued up right here. So I was thinking that we can watch that at the end of the stream. Because I thought that would be fun to react to. Okay, let's get this set in. And yeah, I do think we have our audio issues solved. I don't want to talk too much about it, just in case I jinx it, like you said. But I played around with the settings a decent amount. Tested it a decent amount. And I think I've done something. Whether or not I've done the right thing, time will tell. But so far, so good. And that moved pretty quick too, actually. Oh, we got another new chatter. Who's joining? Oh, same thing. Mr. Streambog dude. I don't know about that, sir. Okay. Oh, I've missed some stuff here. Farhat got outed. Shocker. Yeah, exactly. What a shocker. Did Jeff Nipper take his addressing the controversy video down? I don't believe so. I don't believe so, but I haven't looked that far into it. Who the heck? I don't know what Streambo Toilum is. I assume that's some type of bot, honestly, just trying to get people to click into it, would be my guess. But, yeah, I know that Greg Doucette, at the very least, has posted this video, and where I actually saw it for the first time was a community post, or maybe an Instagram post. It was probably an Instagram post from Jeff Nippard screenshotting Greg Doucette's comment on his video, Jeff Nippard's video, and he screenshotted that comment, put it up on his Instagram, and kind of made like an apology of sorts. Not really an apology, but an apology of sorts. Will Fitzgerald be outed next? Who knows, right? Who knows? Eight-second lag from the moment you you tap send, by the way. You bot, yeah. Savor the awkward silences, fair enough. One question, follow-up from yesterday equipment exercise, just because you were in the chat there and I couldn't really talk to you. You said that you were in a little bit of a rut, and I don't actually remember the full comment, but what were you saying last night? We could talk through it maybe a little bit tonight, now that I'm actually on the microphone again. Oh. We can fill the awkward silences with stretching. And this next set here will be at 390 pounds, so we've arrived at our destination. Right? 390 pounds. Yeah, I was excited for today's session because now that we're squatting this weight here, 390 pounds, my current PR is actually 430 pounds. So I actually think that this top single at 390 pounds will be a good gauge as to how close we are to being able to take an actual PR attempt in about a month or two. Because, you know, we're not too far off at this point in time. Yeah, doing A-low stretches. Barely. Barely, but a little bit. Wait, do Canada use Imperial? Canada uses everything. It's a little, We're kind of all over the place, is the truth. We use metric and imperial arbitrarily. So like in school, when we're taught measurements for scientific purposes, science class, things like that, it's almost always going to be metric. So yes, it would be in grams, it would be in kilograms. However, a lot of practical real life examples, Canadians are still going to use the imperial system. So for example, weight on the bar, we typically do operate in pounds still. If I step on a scale, they're usually going to weigh me in pounds. Height, for example, we use imperial as well too. So instead of saying like 180 centimeters, I don't know how tall I am in centimeters, quite frankly. I think I'm less than 180 centimeters. But I'm 5'9". I know I'm 5'9". So it's really weird. But like if you hop in your car, our speedometer says kilometers per hour. So that's metric. We kind of just jump all over the place randomly, and there's no good way to explain it. We just do it arbitrarily, is the honest truth. So equipment exercise. I quit my gym membership. Among other things, doing a 400-pound leg press is so much more fun than a barbell squat. I agree to disagree on that one. I understand why people like leg press. I get the appeal. But I fell in love with the squat a long time ago, and I'm sticking with her. I do think that there's also so much more of a functional benefit to a barbell squat, to a leg press, in that you're actually controlling your body through space. The squat is a natural human movement pattern, and loading natural human movement patterns is a great way to build overall strength for the body. I think you go through a greater range of motion. I think you use more muscle mass with the barbell squat to the leg press. The leg press really isn't going to engage much of your upper body at all. So, I mean, to each their own. If you like leg press better, do the leg press. But for me, all Hart Barbell is always going to be under the bar doing some squats for sure. So you canceled your gym membership, or you quit your gym membership. Are you... You said you were in a rut, so I'm assuming you're not really enjoying not going to the gym. Are you at least working out at home? Are you trying to find something new? What's the plan, I guess, is my question. Metric for school, imperial for local. That's kind of it. Yeah, like practical daily life, we're kind of using imperial, and then school and scientific stuff, we're going to use metric. That's probably the broadest way to explain it for sure. Okay, what do you guys think? Should we get a squat in? See what it does. See how she goes. We'll get our camera set up. I think we're going to get a little crazy too and do a little bit of smelling salt action just for funsies, because it's been a while. Really weird that my camera's going dark. I wonder if I can adjust that. Am I going dark though, really? No, I don't know. Got your barbell setting up to work out. Okay, cool. You got stuff at home. Who needs a gym membership? I ain't paying for a gym membership anymore. I've actually had some friends ask if I want to come to the gym with them. Like, nope, not really. I enjoy working out at home too much. I think from time to time, I think the focus of the cam affects the contrast. That very likely could be the case. Ugh. Oh, I didn't even change the angle for you guys. That's all right. We're doing 3 of them anyway. I'll make sure I change the next one to the front-facing camera. Okay. So I do have this. Normal tracking, image, autofocus, shutter speed, temperature, white balance. White balance on auto. What if I do this one more time? So weird. So weird that it's doing that all of a sudden. Autofocus off. Okay. But I don't want that. Motion, standard. Okay, yeah, let's do that. That looks better. Temperature, contrast. Brightness, sharpness, saturation, temperature. Don't know why that's doing that all of a sudden. Always gotta have some type of technical issues, hey? What the heck? Okay, I agree with everything you said earlier about barbell squatting. Also, yes, let's watch the video at the end. Yeah, I think it'll be fun to watch. That looks better. How does smelling salts help you? I think it's more placebo than anything. I don't think there's any scientific evidence to suggest that smelling salts makes you lift heavier. Think of it, you know how I think of it? You know, sometimes somebody likes having a beer before they go out and have fun with their friends. It helps them enjoy it a little bit better. That's all I really think smelling salts does. You gotta, like, what it's supposed to do is it stimulates the veins and capillaries through your nasal passage to allow you to get more oxygen into your system. That's what it's supposed to do, is my understanding. So you kind of just get a head rush is what you do. You get a shot of like what feels like instant adrenaline, and you can take that into your lift. And when you're repping a maximum squat or a maximum deadlift, you kind of just feel better going into it. You got a little bit sense of extra power that you don't know where it comes from. How much for one bottle? Not a lot. 15 bucks for something like this. What you do is you kind of just fill up a cap full of water and you pour it into here, and then you shake it up. This one's actually a little dry. You can't hear it, but you should be able to hear it shaking around. There you go. There you go. So it wasn't really actually loose for the first one. It'll probably, like, I actually got a good whiff of it without it actually being too intense. Because it's a little old. I haven't used this probably for about a month or two. Which once you open it, it kind of loses its intensity. There's also just like tablets that you can break and they're one-shot use. I much prefer those. But they're one-shot use and then you throw them out, whereas this is something you can use multiple times, so it's just a little cheaper. Could you adjust the intensity of this stuff? Or are you talking camera settings? You probably can't really adjust the intensity of this. It loses intensity as it becomes older. So the only way to adjust the intensity would be to let it age a little bit. Yeah. The salts were first aid kits for waking people up when they have passed out. Really strong ammonia. Excellent work marketing them to lifters. Yeah, absolutely. I know I bring it up all the time, and I know you guys aren't really NFL people, but they actually... There's many players in the NFL, like football, that use smelling salts. Again, I think it's more of a placebo than anything. You kind of just feel a little bit more intense, more powerful from the stimulation. And the NFL just banned teams from supplying smelling salts to their players. And there was a little bit of, not controversy, but players upset that that was happening. But when you think about it, like you nailed it there, equipment exercised. It was first used to wake people up. The NFL is really trying to mitigate head injuries and having people go into the game when they are injured with a head injury. And if you've had your bell rung, if you have a head injury, and sniffing smelling salts can mask those symptoms, they're not really looking for that. They don't want people to be able to sniff smelling salts and go back into the game without symptoms of a head injury. So that's kind of why they're trying to get rid of them. If you have a head injury, if you have any signs of a concussion, they're hoping that you get the heck out of the game. Keep you a little safer, because football's a dangerous enough game without also having players play concussed. Okay, but I want to take a look at that squat. I got the video here. I know you guys didn't have the best angle, but how did it look from your guys' angle there? Did it look speedy? It kind of felt fast, honestly. They're using the fragrance additives from detergents. If you've ever gotten a whiff of laundry detergent, when the bag puffs out, it pierces the sinuses. Not that I recommend doing that. No, I can't imagine that's a good idea. I can't imagine that's a good idea. Okay, let's take a look. Good depth. That was a good squat. That was a good squat. So yeah, one thing I've been working in regards to the squat is the walkout. A lot of people, when they're walking the bar out, I've talked about it before, they take a lot of steps back, do, and they waste a lot of energy. And when you get heavy weight on the bar, it's even easier to take extra steps or change up your walkout. So what I've really been focusing on is making every walkout look the exact same, whether that's 135 pounds on the bar or 390 pounds on the bar like we have here today. So, and I think that walkout looked pretty good. So I won't complain. Really, really interested in this lighting. Mike, I need to ask. Fire away your question. What's your NFL team? I am a Patriots fan. I am a Patriots fan. What image? Unfollow. No, you would never do such a thing. It's been nice having you in the streams, but I understand. Us Patriots fans can be pretty miserable. Oh, we got logged out. What? We got logged out. All right, back at it. God dang it, that's annoying. As soon as we get the microphone settings up and running, we get friggin' auto exposure. Is exposure the color? Dude, why Patriots and the Chief is right there. Okay, so that does something. White balance? That's not it either, but like global? I don't know. I don't know. Exposure should mean the amount of light, right? Okay, so like it's good now, but I haven't really changed any settings. Exposure is what I'd want, yeah. Well, and it's goofy. I hadn't changed a thing. I'll leave that open. Maybe I'll just toggle that as we have lighting issues. I'm just happy the microphone's working, right? Knock on wood. And then we're also going to be doing some pause bench after squatting. 66. That's a whole other decent exposure though. That's a whole other conversation. We'll save that one for another day for sure. Ugh. What do we think? Is that a long enough rest? Probably. It's probably a long enough rest. We'll maybe do one more. And then I have to probably say no more. Video looks fine, unless you're concerned that it looks iffy for the shorts. A little bit. Like, I certainly want correct lighting. Like, this is the lighting that I'm used to, so I would prefer it look like this. But I think this is fine. This I don't have a problem with. The important thing is your questionable choice in the Patriots. I'm saying this with a lot of respect and love for you and the game. You know what? My understanding is I'm a little older than you. Hey, I'm 33, and the reason so many people my age and older are Patriots fans is because they were just so dang good during our childhood. Tom Brady is amazing, and watching him play football from an early age, it's an experience that you will never get to see again. Hey, so it's hard not to fall in love with football and the Patriots when they are just so good at the game. I grew up in an era of baseball. It was the steroid era, but my favorite player was Barry Bonds. I loved watching him hit home runs. He was incredible. It was so good. I loved the Giants growing up. Hockey, little bit all over the place. Dude, you're gonna have a kicker. I'm a Cubs fan. A Cubs fan. I have a dream to go see Wrigley Field. I'd love to see the Ivy Wall. They have one of the coolest baseball stadiums, in my opinion. So that's on my list of stadiums that I want to see before all is said and done. I had mentioned I'm going to Boston in September, first week of September, and I really, really wish that there would have been a Boston Red Sox game the same time that I was visiting, because I would also love to see Fenway. I'd love to see the Green Monster in real life. But yeah, I like going to live professional sporting events. I mean, the Rangers are cool. For hockey, New York Rangers. All right, Mr. Barbell Hart, my barbell set up. Let's see if my no rack squat works as good as I imagined. There are ways that you can build a rack at home depending on what kind of space you have. My friend Lane and I, way back in the day, I know that there was a blueprint for do-it-yourself squat uprights on Reddit way back in the day. And basically you took a utility bucket. We bought it from Home Depot. It's a hardware store here in Canada, but you could buy any utility bucket, and you attached several 2x4s together, and you changed the lengths at the top to create a J-hook. And you would put this inside the bucket, and you would fill it with concrete, and then that would become your squat rack. And he and I used that in our garage, in our basement, for a few years when we were broke young college students, and it worked great. I'm sure it's still out there and relatively cheap. And you don't feel bad throwing it out after because you didn't spend too much money on it. But so yeah, you like the Rangers. Don't have an NHL team yet. I can influence you there. I am a Vancouver Canucks fan. However, I don't know if I'd recommend them for a team to cheer for because they suck. They're hard to cheer for, but teeny apartment downsizing after defrauded. Ooh, just Steinborn squat lifting the bar up, the unilateral legs for 135. Hey, you know what? If you're in an apartment, you really don't want to be investing in a lot of equipment. It's too much to move in and out of there, in my opinion. Steinborning the squat will be a cool skill. There's nothing wrong with that. I think you'll be fine with what you got. But theoretically, you could. Those Home Depot buckets don't take up a heck of a lot of room. Depends on how much weight you want to get up on your squat. I've seen some people Steinborn up to like 405 pounds, and that's crazy to me. I don't think I'd ever want to attempt that, but once it starts getting a little heavier, I wouldn't mind having a squat rack myself. Okay. Okay, let's change. Oh, what is that? What? Jeez. Okay, that's gotta be camera 1, auto exposure, autofocus. What is that? Auto white balance. Oh my god. Can't get to your weight because there's no way to bail. Yes. Don't bail your squats. Learn how to set your safeties correctly. That's my round. Yeah. Ugh. That was a big crack sound. Yeah, that might have been the knees. I don't know if I told you recently, but put you on my suggested channel on my Twitch account. That's awesome. Thank you. I didn't even know that could be done. That was a big crack sound. Forced to suffer. How's it going? Thanks for joining. Appreciate you stopping by. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, those cracks were my knees, I think, is what that was. But no pain involved. Just a little bit of movement. That's all good. That's all good. I'm just gonna fill up my water quick here, guys. Give me 1 minute and I will be right back. Hello. Is there a jump scare? Oh no. No, everything looks right. Sorry, guys. Okay, we got a few more people in there. Frederick. No, same person. That's, yeah, right. Just hopping into the new chat. Forced to suffer, sorry, I jumped away there. Yeah, we're back. Okay, we got one more set. We're gonna put the ammonia away. I don't think we need any more of that. Yeah, he hopped in the YouTube chat. That's all right. I like the YouTube chat. Again, I love Twitch. Twitch is good to us. Nothing wrong with Twitch, but I definitely prefer to kind of put more of my effort into YouTube, but we'll take it anywhere wants to watch anywhere people want to watch us from. That's why we have it set up on multiple channels. Definitely YouTube. But again, I started watching streams on Twitch myself, so Twitch is what I started out on, but over time YouTube became more of a preferred platform for me. Yeah, right back at you. Yeah, YouTube works. YouTube works. I wonder if I can do this. I'm going to try and pull up. Can I pull up my channel from here? I can probably pull up my channel from here. And I can go to this one. What if I go 4? Okay, here we go. So I'll mute RuneScape for now. And we'll go back here. So equipment exercise. When you were talking earlier about dumping the bar or bailing on the bar, I talk a lot about that with people that I used to work with as a trainer, and for people learning how to squat. In your circumstance, you're in an apartment, it is a little bit different, but I'm just talking about if you're able to control all your controllables, if you're able to control your environment, you should teach yourself how to squat in a power rack so that you can fail down onto the safeties. And then from there, you're not forced to bail out of the squat. I know in a lot of like CrossFit gyms or gyms that train in bumper plates, like I kind of explain in the video here, they actually teach a dumping of the bar behind you. And I actually don't think that that's a very, how does this work? Doesn't matter. I don't think that that's a very effective way to train. I think it's very dangerous. Whereas if you learn how to fail onto the safeties, no volume, eh? Can we get volume going on this? Oh, volume up there.
Volunteers, and their job is to make sure the law.
New to this. I've seen this short. The dude didn't trust the spotters. Yeah, exactly.
We're mad at this guy for this particular lift, so let's take a look at it. Ooh. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, don't do that. So my big...
Yeah. Yeah, dude didn't trust his spotters. Exactly. Which, I mean, whatever. That dude got a lot of hate for that, which I don't think is right at the end of the day, too. We shouldn't really be hating on people for the sake of it, but you need to learn how to. Guy popped right out of there. Yeah, he did pop right out of there. I don't like seeing that at all. As equipment exercise kind of just said, if he would have simply just stayed under the bar, let the bar come down. His spotters were right there, and by him dropping that bar, imagine being one of those spotters and having your hands underneath that weight and having that weight just drop. Hey, he's a heck of a lot stronger than I am. I think he was squatting about 550 pounds there. I'd have to do the math there. I didn't actually add it up myself, but long story short, imagine 550 pounds falling into your hands, hey? It's a great way to injure your spotters, whereas if he kept underneath the bar and just settled down, those spotters would have been right there underneath that weight and been able to help him stand back up and get it into the rack. Injuries happen, so like I've seen it happen before where someone like pops the hamstring or something like that, and that's catastrophic failure. Hey, it's very reasonable for someone to bail on a squat when there's a muscle tear or something like that. But just because you feel like that weight's too heavy, there's no reason that you should be dropping that bar like that. He forced them spotters to suffer. Yeah, that's right. That is right. I actually got email from the Powerlifting Federation that we got a new powerlifting meet coming up here. When was that? Rise Classic. That one is October 16. I think I'll probably sign up to referee that meet. Yeah. Forced to suffer. I see you're visiting from Twitch. I always like to ask here, just because I'm new to streaming here, or I'm going to keep saying I'm new to streaming. What made you click into the stream? What looked interesting that you were wanting to join us for the stream today? Powerlifting spotters have saved people who straight up passed out. There's a short where a lifter looks shocked that he teleported from the platform to the corner. Yeah, it's comes with the sport. Comes with the sport. People have passed out. I've seen women pee on the platform. I always say that's not normal, but it is common. Your gym looked good. Thank you. This is the gym from that angle. I put a lot of effort into the gym. Twitch chat got me feeling FOMO. As far as the emotes you're saying, equipment exercise? Why is the Twitch, or the fact that you're on YouTube and the rest of everyone else is on Twitch? That's cool. Yeah, no, the gym is we worked hard on the gym. We got a lot going on here. If you follow us on YouTube, it's the same name, All Hart Barbell. I actually did a short little gym tour as a short. It's only about a minute and a half, and it kind of explains all of the equipment that I have in here. But I got the power rack, I got the cable attachments, I have the bells of steel cable tower in the back, I have Nuobel dumbbells adjustable, so I got everything I need right here. But I think we should probably do another squat there, folks. Alyssa does think I'm a looker. She's a crazy lady. So this will be our last single here. And then we'll deload it down to 335 pounds. We'll do 3 triples there, and then we'll get on to bench. All right. All right. Back down to 335 we go. Does seem very measured. I've got tons of shit I don't even use in my gym anymore. She got premium taste. Forrest, what is the bulkiest item you haven't touched this week? Probably my yoke. Oh, you have a yoke in your gym? That'd be fun. I definitely don't have enough space for a yoke, that's for sure. That's some strongman business right there. Loaded carries are great though. Every now and then I might do a little bit of farmer carries and just kind of walk back and forth with my dumbbells, but it doesn't really hit the same when I'm kind of dodging the post and walking up and down the platform. It doesn't really work the same way, but a yoke is really cool. My one friend has a yoke in his garage gym, and it's also a yoke that has J-cups so that you can squat out of it as well too. So it's a yoke and it's a squat rack all in one, which I thought was a pretty cool design. But I imagine most of them are made like that nowadays. You might as well make them more versatile. I don't know. What else? What else here? Maybe I'll get that. Our RuneScape buddy is obviously slacking again here. Let's get him back where he's supposed to be. There we go. Making some crab chili. What's with the period there? Equipment exercised. So yeah, we'll do our back off sets here. 3x3, so 9 more reps in total. And then from there, we'll move into some paused bench work. This is going to be some longer pause bench work. So we're going to do a 2-second pause on the chest. Just another good example of a variation that allows us to lift a little bit lighter, helps us not dip so much into recovery, while also getting in a good amount of pressing. You're getting shadow banned? What does that mean? I wonder why. I know I saw, like, I mean, why would that happen? I see your messages coming in. Like, I seen that one. Is that a YouTube thing? I mean, I've definitely heard of it before. I just don't necessarily know the ins and outs of it. I can see your messages. What do you mean by shadow banned? Could you explain that a little bit? What makes you think that? What kind of training do you do, Forced to Suffer, then? Are you into strongman? I don't know how many people that have a yoke in their gym that don't do some type of strongman stuff. He gone. Dude, I'm trapped in YouTube comments. Hop over and read me out. Read me out. You're trapped in the YouTube comments. What the heck? Okay, I'm on Twitch right now. Let's go over to my channel. This is... The heck? I'm on Twitch right now. Let's go over to my... I don't know equipment exercise. What's going on? See, can you see the previous yoke comment? You asked, what's the bulkiest item you haven't touched this week? And then after that was a period, and then after that was you saying you're getting shadow banned. I'd say my training is more geared towards strongman, not what I compete in though. Okay, so you do compete. That's what do you compete in then if you're not doing strongman stuff? His channel is literally deadliest lift. Forced to Suffers is deadliest lift, or is someone else's deadliest lift? At deadliest lift? I don't see that there. Oh well. Arm wrestling. Oh, what a niche sport. That's cool. That is cool. That'd be a hard one to train for. There's a channel called Deadliest Lift. I was responding to Forced to get inspired to use his yoke again. Ah. Oh, did you maybe link a page? Link a channel? I think that, I don't know if I have it set up where you can't link channels, but that might be something that you're not allowed to do by default. Or maybe I've accidentally made that setting that you can't link things. Okay, that sounds good, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, if you can come back, sounds good. We will be here. We will be here. Gonna be a little bit longer of a stream today, which is fine. Yeah, that sounds good. I will be here next Friday, for sure. We got our Fridays cleared now. I shouldn't have too much interruptions in the Friday night streams. But that might be what's going on there, equipment. If you dropped a link, I think there's a chance that that's not allowed. If that's a setting that I have on my channel that you're able to do on other channels, I'll take a look at it. I'm just, I definitely didn't do that intentionally. But I'm going to get another set in here. Ugh, and I guess I should probably... All right. Quick triple. Yeah. Whew. Didn't quite have my hand sitting right there. That was a lot of pressure. I'm assuming you compete in powerlifting? I do compete in powerlifting. I'm an average athlete at the end of the day at best. But I'll do a competition, one, maybe 2 times a year at most. I'm a referee, and I do a little bit of coaching as well too. So I'm really into the refereeing and coaching right now, more so than the competing, but you got to get in your own training. But I'm really trying to get in as much refereeing as possible. One, refereeing is fun because you get the absolute best seat in the house. You're sitting right in front of the platform. You get to see all the best lifters. And 2, you get to go to every single meet. I get to travel around the province, which is nice. And I'm about 2 years into it now. So at about that 3 to 5 year mark, I'll probably be able to start doing more national level meets. And plus 5 years, I might even get to the point where I can start doing international meets is really the goal. All the while, I'll do a little bit of coaching with people that make sense in the powerlifting community, and just kind of hang out in the powerlifting community. I like the people, they're fun. It's a great sport. So that's probably where I'll hang out for the foreseeable future. But yeah, the refereeing has been a lot of fun. As far as competing goes, I was actually booked for a meet back in May. It was May long weekend, but it got canceled. It's the very first meet I've ever entered into, paid my dues for, and then ended up getting canceled on me, which kind of sucked because I was trained up, ready to go for it. But it is what it is. I kind of just kept on training. And the next one that makes sense is going to be in December. It's a meet called Last Chance. It's called Last Chance because it's the last chance to get in a meet before the end of the year. And it's local here in Saskatchewan. It's in a little city called Moose Jaw, just right outside of me. Don't let this happen to you. Don't let what happen to you? YouTube doing YouTube things to you? Oh. What kind of setup do you have for your gym then, Force to Suffer? Are you in a garage? Are you in a basement? You must have a decent amount of stuff if you say that you have stuff that you're not using in your gym. You must have a decent amount of space to have equipment that you're not using. Like if I had equipment that I wasn't using in my gym, I'd probably get rid of it because I'm short on space. Garage, yeah. Car stays outside. Link got shadow banned. It's a weightlifter dumping the bar on the judge. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know if I've asked you directly, Equipment Exercised. If you follow me on Instagram and send me a message, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Or I can just look it up here if you just tell me what to search. I'll look at it later. Is that on YouTube? Weightlifter dumps bar on judge. Weightlifter throws weight on judge. Six years ago, 2029. That's all right. That's all right. Let's see if is this the one you're talking about? Let's watch it either way. So this is weightlifter drops weight on judge. Oh, oh no. Yeah, good thing you got out of the way. Oh my goodness. Skip to after the lift. Jeez. Look at this guy in the front row, just heads up, stands up. Oh man. Ain't nobody got 42 seconds to spare. Good judgment to move from the judge, no kidding. No kidding.
I don't know how.
Wild. Attempted murder is right, actually. That's crazy. But that one was a genuine accident, I think. I don't think there was any way he was saving the ref. Like, I don't think he was stopping that weight from moving forward. That weight was traveling forward, and as heavy as that weight was, you know, it was a lifting error. Hey, so you are right. I think that was good judgment by the judge. They save out their ref Hart. Thank goodness in powerlifting, I'm far enough away, and we don't put the bar in motion like that. Weightlifters are a different breed. Putting that weight overhead is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Okay. I gotta keep exercising here. Ugh. There's another that dropped it. The weight plate hit the corner of the platform, and the barbell straight rolled fast towards the judge. I'm gonna have to wear a helmet next competition. Everyone's going to be wondering what kind of a weirdo I am. Forced to suffer. I'm actually curious. Like, I assume there's some type of ref in arm wrestling. How often is there like a disqualification for like improper technique? Like, is it best 1 out of 3? I would actually need to do some serious reading and watching some videos to actually know how an arm wrestling competition works. I've seen videos of it at all, but they're all just really short clips. Whew. Whew. Wonder where our friend Alo is tonight. Off enjoying life, I imagine. This shirt makes me look really unbalanced right now. That's better. That's square. And my shoulders are probably square, but that shirt sure doesn't make it look square. Ooh. Yeah, my coach is actually in China right now. They're doing the World Games, and the powerlifting's happening out in the World Games in China right now. I've been watching a lot of video of that. Lots of strong people. I talked to them a little bit. Instead of like the way the IPF does the meet or does powerlifting, the World Games in particular, he said does a lot better job of making it feel like the Olympics, because currently powerlifting isn't an Olympic event. And I don't know if it ever really will get there, honestly. With the fact that weightlifting, I think, is getting removed from the Olympics, I don't know if powerlifting really has a good shot at making it. I don't know much about arm wrestling aside from the funnies, but this guy, T12J7, is someone I listen to. I'll look that up. I'll look that up before I go to bed tonight. Watch a video or two. Wonder what I got for accessories today. Some flies, some tricep push downs. Okay, we're pretty light on the accessories today. That's good. This workout's taken a while. We're already 2 hours in and I haven't even finished squatting. Gonna take a look at that first set there. I actually didn't take a look at it. And then after that, I think we'll get in our third set and get on to bench. Everyone's favorite. What's the highest reps on squat you'll do? I mean, earlier on, maybe about 2 to 3 months ago, I did 12. Probably no more than 12. Actually, I did one one block there earlier where I did sets of 20 as well. I tend to do my higher reps on my accessories. So on a squat in particular, I tend to keep that like 8 reps more often than not is going to be the most I'll do. But my accessory work, let's say like some Romanian deadlifts or some goblet squats with a dumbbell, that kind of stuff. I'll do for higher reps. Heavy triples are brutal. See, I don't know. Once you get used to it, more reps feel brutal once you get used to it. Like low reps feels better for a lot of people once you kind of mentally get in that zone. Triples are actually one of my favorite. Singles are fun every now and then, but if you're grinding away on singles, that's really tough. Fives also gets tough because it feels like a lot of reps because it's not much lighter. But triples is actually like a nice medium ground in my opinion. I really like triples. And in the grand scheme of things, like, you know, I probably don't make it look like it's super light, but again, with my 1 rep max being 430 pounds and this being 335 pounds, 335 divided by 430, it's less than 80% of my 1 rep max. Says the man with enough space for her rack. Yeah. Yeah. So like, you know, 335 pounds, it comes out to 78% of my 1 rep max. If you look up on a 1 rep max calculator, like 80% is something that you should be able to do for a good amount of reps. 8 to 10 reps, I'd say. Hey, so I can probably do 335 pounds for 10 reps, but I'm doing sets of 3 with that weight. So I don't know. What's more brutal? I don't know. Definitely, to me, I'd way rather do triples than sets of 10. Yeah, I only did triples on leg press. Safer bail, yeah. We'll get you there eventually. I know you like your leg press. No rack squats are an adrenaline rush. Yeah. Yeah, we had this we went back and forth on this earlier there, Forced to Suffer. I always say I'm a barbell squatting kind of guy. I'll do it till the day my body doesn't let me do it anymore. I pray that one day I'm that old man still going to the gym, still lifting weights, still doing free weights, still doing the barbell movements. Like I referee athletes. Dusty, for example, I know I've mentioned him on stream. He's over 70 years old. He's doing powerlifting meets. He's doing all 3 of the lifts still. So that's gonna be that's my dream. Username checks out. Yeah. Forced to Suffer likes to suffer with the rest of us. Okay, last set. Last set, and we'll move on to bench. I should probably start facing the camera, hey? I find that I don't actually look at this camera very much. I tend to be looking off in this direction because this is where all my controls are, so this is where I can actually tell what's going on. But I probably should get better at staring at you guys from this camera as opposed to just facing my back to you all the time. There we go. And yeah, Forced to Suffer, just so you know, if you enjoy the stream, if you want to come out and hang out next time, we usually do this every Friday. 7 p.m. my time, which would have been 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago would have been our start time. And we kind of roll through one of the workout days off my program. I try and make it around 3 hours if possible. And I think we'll probably be in that range today. Cake shots are where the money is at. I have no money. What's a cake shot? This guy right there. He's talking about my butt. Oh. I don't think anything feels quite like taking off a pair of sweaty knee sleeves. The old things probably could use a wash. Your mind went to booze? There probably is a cake shot. That's funny. A cake shot, yeah, probably something with Bailey's, maybe creme de cacao, Bailey's creme de cacao. Throw some sprinkles on top of it. You could call that a cake shot. I have a part-time bartending gig I actually do here. This is from the bar I work at here, Leopold's Tavern. Work there maybe 2 shifts a week, but 1 shift a week. I have a day job that I run my own flooring installation company, but it's a pretty lonely job where I work by myself a lot of the time. So when I started that, I got a part-time bartending gig just to stay social, pay some bills, getting married next year, so I can basically oh how exciting! Urban Combat Fitness, how's it going, dude? Welcome. You just missed all the heavy squatting. That's all right, though. So equipment, exercise, and Forced to Suffer in the chat right now. Urban Combat Fitness is my friend Matt from back in Calgary. And him and I used to train together. And he had set up a stream just like this. Urban Combat Fitness was his Twitch channel. And I hung in there all the time watching him do workouts and talking to his chat, and it's definitely what inspired the Hart Barbell channel here. So you guys can partially thank him for me being here today. I'm sure I'll catch the VOD. Dude, how have you been? I missed you. It's been a while since I talked to you, actually. I feel like I sent you the message about me doing these streams maybe about 6 weeks ago or so. Yeah, man, how you been? You're very ready to head back to YYC, so you're not there right now. What are you doing? Where are you at? The roles are reversed right now. Yes, they are. Oh, still east. You're out east. Okay. Back home then, because that's where you're from, right? Yeah, frickin' Newfie. I forgot. So all lifting done tonight. No, just the squats. We're gonna move on to some pause bench first, or now. We're gonna do some 2-second pause bench, and then we're going to get into our accessories. So we probably still have an hour left here, at least. Hey, your favorite. Everyone loves a good bench day. Everyone loves a good bench day. Yeah, Urban Combat Fitness, the OG inspo is right. So, do you have plans to go back to Calgary, Matt? Then, or are you planning on being out east for the foreseeable future? Yeah, I've been working on an app I'd like to launch in YYC related to security. Okay, doing security, private security work, eh? I also saw you posting your pressure washing and stuff like that. So just living the side hustle life, eh? Yeah. Equipment exercise. You're doing Steinborns alongside. Ugh. Yeah, the pressure washing is an easy gig to scale myself out. It's very cool. Yeah, very, very cool. I don't know if you would have seen, because I know I posted videos on Instagram, but I started my own flooring business last January. I'm doing flooring installation. So I've been self-employed now for 2 years myself, which is really, really nice. Gives me the flexibility to actually do this kind of stuff in the evenings instead of always being at the golf course or the gym. Okay. I suppose I should strip the weights here, because I certainly can't bench 335 pounds. Yeah, man, congrats. Don't let him lie. He could bench that. You have never seen that. There's no way. Ugh. One day, though. One day we're going to be able to bench 335. We believe in you. Give me another 3 to 5 years, maybe, let's say. Let's say 3 to 5 years. Oh. So So yeah, it's going to be a 2-second pause bench. So we'll be increasing the amount of time spent paused on the bench. We're going to be pretty light here. 66 kilograms, so about 145 pounds. Not very heavy at all. But that's all right. This will just be much more of a technical exercise. How many reps are we doing? How many reps are we doing? We're doing 6, 3 by 6. Was that pineapple juice? No, just water. Just water. Was pre-workout at the beginning of the workout, but no chocolate milk tonight. You okay? No chocolate milk tonight. That's during the day. We do that during the day still, though. Not while working out at night. Okay, let's get back into her. Forgetting to change the camera again. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay, I think we're back. Don't know what that was necessarily, but we are back. Equipment exercise and I went through the ringer last Friday where my microphone was giving us a heck of a time. So I think we'll take getting muted briefly over what was happening last week, because it was just like, yeah, comes back when the OG is watching. Did it actually come back, or was it just muted? It went like into like heavy static. Really ruined the stream last week. But equipment exercised and Alo and Sia was helping me try and get it fixed. The world wouldn't let the chocolate milk praise be heard. That's funny. People don't like to better than any smelling salt. Chocolate milk is the best, that's for sure. Best way to get in some calories. Tastes good. Yeah, just muted. All's good now. Okay, good. Good. I way rather I be muted briefly than what was happening last week. Okay, so I'll get one more quick warm-up set here. We'll go up to 145, and then we'll get our working sets in. I don't know. 145 feels like it's going to be a little light. I busted out your zone smelling salt tonight for a fresh bottle, I think. Matt, we are on the same page, buddy. I also busted out my zone smelling salts today. It was the first time I had used them in months and months and months. When we make it to the anniversary, we'll have a stream with just static. Yes. And we still need to get our emotes made with the boom microphone. You are... Hello. I think we're back. Hello. Hello. That looks like we're back. Hello, where you at? Yeah. Yeah, you definitely brought back the static here. Okay, so I will do my best to try and see that when that's happening. I'm hoping that it doesn't keep happening, but if last stream was any indication, we're probably going to deal with that again. No big deal. My question, Matt, was you said that you were using smelling salts earlier today, so you must have been working out. What were you working out today? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, there we go. Yeah, we might be screwed again tonight. That is something I was considering, Matt. Cause like right now I have just like a cheap USB splitter. That was an adventure. Yeah, we're here. And I know that you can have USB splitters that have like a power source attached to it, and that works better for a lot of connectivity issues. So I'm thinking that might be my next thing. Could you tether the mic to the OBS bot? Potentially. That I don't know. That'll have to look into. I have two different OBS bots. I have the one that does tracking right here. This guy is the one that does the gym. And then the one that's like in front of me is also an OBS bot webcam. So they're both OBS bots. Same happened to my headset when I was streaming. Okay. So yeah, USB 3.0. I did consider that, is the honest truth, and I was kind of being stubborn and hoping that wasn't the issue, so I didn't have to buy another piece of equipment. But if that's a simple fix, anything can be solved with a positive attitude and more money, as I always say. But that's good to know. I only have like 4 USB ports, and when you have 2 cameras, I have lights, I have, you know, tons of stuff hooked up here right now. Yeah, my favorite line, because it's true. Everyone thinks you're being a good guy and being positive, and then you add in and more money. And then they know what life's really about. Okay. What should we do here? I think we got to try a set. I think we just got to try a set and hope for the best. Anything's a smoke machine if you use it wrong enough, long enough. Did that hold up? Oh, thank goodness. Tried to set that barbell down as gently as possible. Good news is at this weight, I think I can do it. Anything's a smoke machine if you use it wrong enough and long enough. Yeah, that's fair. I could probably smoke out this computer system pretty quickly. Audio's clear. Okay, we are back. We are back. RuneScape buddy's not back. Let's get him back working like he's supposed to be doing. So coach has 66 kilograms for this weight, or for this exercise. And I technically added weight because that seemed light. And even this seems pretty light. For some reason, I see equip chat on screen, but not in chat box. For some reason, I see equip chat on screen, but not in chat box. So you're on Twitch. I don't know what that means. Oh, is Equip on YouTube? Oh, that's correct. Yes. Yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I have combined chat on screen here. So I'm multi-streaming to Twitch and YouTube right now. I love this setup too. I've been annoyed with the microphone the last 2 weeks for sure, but truthfully, for the first 4 weeks that we were doing this, it went off without a hitch. So the setup has been good. I like the fact that we're on YouTube and Twitch. I do like YouTube better. I always kind of say that. Like, YouTube's my thing. I enjoy YouTube. And then what I've been doing is I've been clipping all of the streams into shorts and posting them on YouTube. So that's been working well too. I think if you tether the mic to OBSBot, then set OBSBot as the audio source, you might be clear. I'll look into that. I don't hate that idea at all if it works. What do you mean by tether? Is that a connectivity thing, or is that like a physical cord? Because I'd have to look into that. Because I don't know if these cameras have additional ports to plug extra equipment into. I think they just have the one USB-C power cord. Right? I can look at that off stream though too. But I guess my question immediately is, what do you mean by tether? Is that a Bluetooth thing, or is that a physical cord thing? This is nice having the OG in the chat because he did all this troubleshooting for me several years ago, so he knows his stuff. But how many sets of this do we have to do? Did I say 4 of them? 3 of them? Just 3 sets. Oh, that might have been too loud. Ah, no, it made it. Beauty. Okay, not sure. I like however you connect a mic to that cam. My OBSBot tail has a separate port for a mic. Yours is new, so might Bluetooth to cam. But at least then it won't draw power from your computer. Well. Question mark. Question mark, question mark. That will be my next project. Day by day, stream by stream, we'll get better. So yeah, I don't know. The bench looks light, or feels light. Take a quick look at it here with the lifts. I feel like, I don't know, coach will be mad if I add too much weight, right? It shouldn't go off program. But if he has it too light, Um, yeah, hmm, because yeah, both of these. I guess I could pull up the software really quick here. I have it open. Output, beauty, remote control, more, hotkeys. That's image. It got to be under more. Audio, microphone, status during sleep. So there is a microphone option. So what would you say the rate of perceived exertion is on these reps? Yeah, that's the question. Like, not a lot. Not a lot is the honest truth. I feel like it's a 5. Like, it's a rate of perceived exertion that doesn't matter. So, quick little explanation, I guess. RPE, or rate of perceived exertion, is basically a scale to indicate how hard the set is feeling to the lifter. Rate of perceived exertion of a 10 is a set in which you couldn't do any more reps. A rate of perceived exertion of 8 is a set that feels like you could have done 2 more reps. In this case, the work I'm doing, it honestly feels that I could do 5+ reps. And from all of my experience with RPE, they say that RPE kind of starts at 6. Anything 5 or under, it's a warm-up set. And that's almost what this is feeling like right now. Move out, All Hart Barbell. Welcome, All Hart and Urban OG Tech Troubleshooting. We are a tech channel now, solving all my tech problems. Psh, bragging. You guys were the ones that said I could bench 315. All we sell is smoke machines. Yeah, I better not add any weight. I'll just make a note that it feels light. He might not care. Because technically, I think next workout we're going for... At the end of the week, we're doing heavy singles, so maybe he just doesn't care if we do any actual heavy work this exercise or this workout. What was your mod there, Urban Combat? Was it Nana? Is Nana looking for work? I don't have a mod currently. Yeah, I definitely think I could do 12 to 15 reps. Ask Nana, my mom. Yeah, I knew it was your mom. Warranties are forever because the user just has to use it for long enough. You got it. I was thinking about showing mom and dad the streams here. Last Sunday, I was over at mom and dad's for supper. They had cooked up turkey, so we had a turkey dinner last Sunday, and I was thinking of showing them the streams, but they're pretty old. I don't know if... Well, my dad would be able to handle YouTube. I don't know if my mom would be able to handle YouTube. I don't think either of them would be able to handle Twitch. Well, dad could figure it out, but I don't know if he would. He would do YouTube before he would do Twitch for sure. Okay, but that was 3 sets. That was pretty quick and easy. I think what we'll do is we'll do 2 accessory movements here. We'll do our dumbbell flies and we'll do some lat pull or tricep extensions. What is it? Tricep extensions, right? Yeah. Triceps pull down. And then I think that we'll watch our video there. Equip. Matt, are you spending any time on fitness YouTube nowadays? Specifically like Greg Doucette, Jeff Nippard world right now. They've been talking a lot about fake natties and what have you. Just curious if you're in on any of that drama over the last 2 weeks. Oh. Urban Combat Fitness raided the channel with 1 viewer. I think that's our first raid. Thank you, Urban Combat Fitness. Appreciate it. Haven't followed the drama. That's all right. It's YouTube drama is not necessarily the most exciting thing to follow, but at least this way any of my followers can catch wind. Sounds good. Hey, we would probably have a little bit of overlap. Maybe they would recognize all Hart Barbell being in the chat from way back in the day. But that's awesome. Okay, let's get Mr. RuneScape back and running again. He's a liability tonight. Matt, did you ever have a RuneScape phase growing up? Hello. We are back. Jeff, throat goat nippered was an exquisite comment I stumbled upon. I don't know. You seem to dislike Jeff Nippert a heck of a lot more than I do there, Equipment. I don't necessarily dislike the guy, but the throat goat, that's got to be a Greg Doucette comment, because he's always throwing that one out there. Okay. And then Matt, from your days in Calgary, would you ever have followed a Instagram account called North Lifts Belt? It's like a guy that does like custom leather work and stuff like that. Yes. Okay, cool. So I actually ran into him at Powerlifting Nationals in Moose Jaw back in November. I was announcing there, and he actually was coaching a couple athletes. Well, coaching or handling, I think coaching by the looks of it. And I linked up with him, and I got him to make me these custom tricep straps. Put the logo on them and everything. I actually really like them. They feel great for tricep pull downs. Bicep curls, not the best, to be fair. They work well for face pulls as well too. Tricep pull downs, like he advertises them as pull down attachments or press down attachments. Well, they are pull down, not really press down, but that's been really liking them. It was too much money, to be fair, but I wanted the custom leather with my logo on it. Call him whatever you want. It's still a smoke machine. Damn straight. Gives new meaning to smoke over water. Cumulus. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. And then what do you guys got planned this weekend? Are we working? Equipment? You just getting in workouts? What's everyone doing? What kind of music do you enjoy most? I'm a country guy. Old country. I'm like Alan Jackson. If I could only listen to one artist for the rest of my life, it'd be Alan Jackson. And that's probably it. I'll listen to anything, to be honest. Honestly, the only thing I don't really enjoy is like electronic music. I know that got really popular right around the time I started going to university. And a lot of my friends got into electronic music, but I couldn't do it myself. Just wasn't for me. I had actually taken one of my best friends for his birthday to an LMFAO concert back in the day, and I did not want to go, but it was David's like birthday wish to go to LMFAO because he was super into it at the time. And by the grace of God, he got so drunk that he got kicked out at the opener, and the opener was what's that guy? The Like a G6 people, whatever that band is. They played Like a G6. David was there, but he wasn't all there. And then security kicked him out, and I'm like, oh no, I have to take him home. And then we skipped out on the rest of the concert, and then I was very happy we didn't have to be there for any longer. You're done with your squats. Miserable, just chilling here. At least you got your squats in. You said you were in a rut, so sometimes just getting one workout in and getting some momentum is exactly the start you need. All right, I think one last set here. Oh no, I have to take him home. Yeah. Oh no. Please don't kick us out. Okay, one last set and then we'll watch that video and call her a day, I think. Thanks for choosing leg day. Always get leg day done. It's the hardest workout on your schedule for the week usually. And no one ever regrets. Well, you might regret it the next day, but you feel good for getting the work done. Not too many people regret a workout. Okay, game time. Cool. Well, that's enough exercising for today. Is that bells of steel? Dumbbells? Or the cable machine is bells of steel. The dumbbells are Nuo bells. Bells of Steel, I think, is maybe partnered with them. Because I see them average, like, maybe not completely fair to say. But which one are you asking about in particular, their equipment? Cable Tower. Cable Tower is, Cable Tower's Bells of Steel. Yeah, Cable Tower's Bells of Steel. Okay. Well, I think we're maybe about ready to watch this, eh? we'll see what it's all about. Let's mute. Let's mute the RuneScape. Yeah, it was so as far as this cable machine goes, there's two different options. There's a plate loaded version and there's the weight tower. So the plate loaded version is cheaper. It's only $400 here in Canada, which is a good price. But the downside to that one is you have to load it with plates, which I could have worked with, but it probably would have required me to buy more weight plates. And I didn't want to do that. I just like having a stack. You can pull the weight out and change it if you want to do drop sets and stuff like that. That becomes a lot more challenging when you have plate loaded versus the cable tower. Oh, we're watching something. Let me mute like a G6 as if you started listening to that, you goofball. So yeah, like the price does jump up. Like I think this was $1,100 for the plate or for the stack version here, whereas it's only $400 for the plate loaded version. But I just saved up my tip money for a few months and paid with it through that, so it was worth it to me. And yes, we're gonna watch this video quick here. What is it? It's 13 minutes, so it's not too long. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna discuss this because equipment basically hit the nail on the head with this. I was a little bit more skeptical, or maybe a little bit more gracious than I should have been, but that's all right. You guys are gonna have to give me a thumbs up, thumbs down for volume because I haven't really done a reaction to a video yet here, so we're gonna have to find out if this is the correct volume. Okay, we're gonna fire her up.
So we're coming clean. I don't know how else to start off this video. This was a really hard one to do, honestly, which is why I have Greg here with me to help me, navigate this, explain everything to
Volume's
you guys,
good.
explain this whole drama, explain what I've done and what I regret doing.
Yeah, and so I just wanted to be here to explain exactly the science of everything that went down and just say that, HLT supplements, we still support Hussein, despite the fact that he lied in the past. And so, I'm just going to let him explain everything that he's done, and I'm here to support.
So you guys are probably...
So, sorry if it's annoying that I pause it, but I think we should pause it and rather than just playing the video outright here. It's interesting that Greg says he's still going to support him because he goes so hard at the fake natties or just people who are lying about it in general. Like, I know that they have some type of sponsorship with Greg's supplement company. So, and obviously they're trying to do a little bit of PR management, which is honestly not something Greg does. He normally either just like owns it or I don't know. It's weird, but we'll see how it goes, I guess.
Steroids accusations around it, and rightfully so. And I just wanted to tell you guys that everything was planned from day one. I decided to hop on here. It was a small cycle, 300 EQ, 300 tests, 300 Masteron, a little bit of Anavar and MK as well. And I did this for 16 months. I planned everything all along because I knew I was gonna, Greg was gonna make a video on me at some point. So as soon as it was the 16-month line, I hopped off and reached out to Greg a couple months later. So it doesn't show on the blood work essentially. So you can explain to them, obviously.
Yeah, and so my first question when he told me
16 months of that amount of gear is not a small cycle. That is like, for your first cycle, from my understanding, like again, I haven't taken any myself, but there's been enough people in the gyms that I've worked at and been around to know a little bit about it. But that doesn't seem like a small amount of gear in the slightest.
this, obviously I was shocked and unexpected, but because I was thinking, how on earth did you manage to keep all your gains when cycling out? Because most people, they use steroids and they lose a ton of muscle. Like, trust me, if you go on steroids and you go off, typically you lose a lot of muscle. And if you say, oh, it wasn't that much, 300 tests and 300 this, it's 900 milligrams a week to start on day one, plus MK677 and Anavar. It's not like a pro cycle, but it is a frigging lot, and it explains all the muscle that he put on. And so, clearly you can see why. Now,
yeah, so Greg says Greg says that's a lot of a lot of gear too. Yeah, this is straight water. A little bit of Anavar.
I didn't know how he kept his gains, but then the scientific snitch, she actually called me on the phone. I had the message. I'm not going to play her message, but she explained how there's certain polymorphisms that allow you to build a lot of muscle despite having a skinnier type physique to start with. And so you look at his before, it wasn't like he was huge. It wasn't like he had a myostatin deficiency, which a lot of people think that Julian had. Who knows? Maybe he has, who knows? But this polymorphism, what it does is it allows you to put on that muscle, and despite being off of said steroids, you manage to keep almost all of the gains, because most people, they could lose half. And so if you were to copy what he did exactly, chances are you would probably lose half your gains. Your balls get smaller, your testosterone production goes down, and then you lose a lot of the gains while your body's trying to recover. And if you use Tren, for example, you're going to probably be shut down for 6 months or even more. And so that was what was really shocking, but I wasn't aware of this certain polymorphism. She's like, you can actually test him for this, but it costs a shit ton of money. And like, well, we don't need to test him. I couldn't afford it. Maybe it's not 1 in a million, which is the joke, but it's very rare. And so you can't just copy what he did. But what it shows is that you guys were all right from day one. Now remember, I didn't plan this. You guys are blaming it on me, blaming Jeff Nippard that we colluded. He planned this all from day one to go on.
Oh yeah, he'll plug the Turk for sure. I'd be surprised if he doesn't plug the Turk, because he does in every video, so that won't be surprising. Saying that he planned it from day one, I don't buy for a second. I don't believe that a kid who never did any exercising came up with a plan that he was going to start exercising, he was going to use gear, he was going to hop off gear, and he knew that Greg was going to make a video on him, and then this was all going to... I don't believe he planned it for a second. I think that's straight up damage control.
Here for 16 months and then go off, and he managed to keep on the gains.
1 in a million in a sense of being able to keep the results after a cycle, and I'm going to keep them for the rest of my life. Hopefully when I'm like 80 years old, I'll be 180.
Yeah, like who knows, this polymorphism, I can remember she was like A113. You can ask this snitch, she knows more about it than I do.
Here to give a little more context as an unbiased third party, I cannot say whether someone is natural or not, and honestly, I don't care. Both of your parents give you a copy of the DNA instruction manual, but it's possible to hold 2 copies of one or both of these gene variants and be significantly more genetically blessed to build muscle and strength.
You just managed to keep all your gains. It's almost like that polymorphism allows the androgen receptors to continue to grow, or at least maintain for years in the future, where most people would get shut down, they would lose a lot of muscle, they would just feel shitty.
Yeah, and also like after 18 months, after 16 months of gear, I think I was like around 165, 170 lean, and I don't know, but I think this polymorphism problem.
You're 180 now.
180, yeah, 181 now, and I'm probably pretty close to where how lean I was after 18 months. So I think it also not only helped me keep the muscle, it helped me even build more now at this point after hopping off.
Because there's a guy, Ben Bray. Yeah. I'm going to do a video on this guy. He's got 17,000 followers, 17,000 views, and he went on gear literally for 16 months. He put on 44 pounds of muscle, went off per year, and lost pretty much everything. Versus you put on the same amount of muscle as he did in the 16 months. Like, literally, you got to watch this video. But he lost it all. And so you somehow just didn't lose it all. And so when I did the Natty or not, I'm like, well, if you pass the blood work, that's proof that you didn't do gear in the past, because normally you go off, you lose all your gains. Yeah. But because of this polymorphism, and thanks to the scientific snitch for sending me that information, that's the explanation. When I went on gear...
I haven't actually watched Science Snitch or ever heard of her before, so maybe I'll take a look at some of her stuff. I don't necessarily want to spend a heck of a lot of time in the fake Natty witch hunt space, to be fair, but if she's got other stuff, I wouldn't mind seeing it. Like, I don't know what her content's like. You said Hussein's work ethic is still better than Fitzgerald. I don't watch either one of them well enough to really make a call on that, to tell you the honest truth. I don't watch either of their content. If like I don't know where they post, I don't know what they post. I just know them through Greg and Jeff's videos that they've posted recently. And you think he's on some maintenance stack? The natural test is burned. Vigorous Steve and more plates. Yeah, I know those folks. More plates is fun to listen to. I liked watching all of his stuff back in the day for sure. It's not well thought through. Okay. Good enough for me.
I went off. I lost about 20 pounds of muscle, but I'm not off. I'm not natural right now. I'm on 140 milligrams of test a week. Now, guys, if I went off 140 milligrams and did nothing a year from now, I bet I'd stand here and have 15 pounds less muscle.
Okay.
I feel like the HRT is keeping 15 pounds on. I'm 5'6", 192 pounds. I'd probably be like 175 to 180.
Yeah.
Natural, like without the gear.
After how long?
After going off for just 1 year.
1 year, okay.
And so it's very rare that people can maintain that much muscle after going off. It's not something to expect.
Yeah. Do you think the polymorphism also helped me like keep building muscle because I'm a bit bigger than when I was?
Yeah, I think that your androgen receptors have just been permanently changed, and you can just continue to grow year after year. Who knows? You might be so rare that maybe you'll keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then like 5 years from now, you're like 200 pounds instead of like 180, and competing, because you do plan to compete in a drug-tested bodybuilding competition. But you're 100% natural for that show. They don't test you as much as you want, and you've offered now $500,000 if he ever fails a blood work test, drug test for anything. So clearly he's not taking anything. You can think he's hopping on and off. It was a 16-month thing and it's done. And so here at HLT Supplements, we stand behind our athletes. You know, people make mistakes. It's not happening again.
Thank you, Greg. Yeah, 100%. And like I said, probably anabolic stick is going to react to this and he's going to be like, oh yeah, I was right.
The catabolic twig was right after all. He can't be mad at me.
No, you didn't.
Like, how would I know about polymorphisms?
I didn't know.
I didn't know you could go on gear and keep all the muscle that you gain. So I'm just thinking, imagine if you kept cycling, you would go on gear, gain 20 pounds.
I might.
Go off, keep all the 20, go on gear, gain another 20, and maybe that's what Ronnie Coleman had.
Maybe.
It is a little odd that you can openly admit to using drugs and then openly say that you plan on competing in a drug-tested federation, and they're just straight up good with that. Like, my understanding is in the Canadian, like, Natural Bodybuilding Federation, my understanding is that they have to take a polygraph test, he'd have to lie on the polygraph test and pass, or tell the truth, which he's doing right now, and you'd fail the polygraph test by telling the truth about using drugs. That's a little... I don't know what federation he's competing in, though.
I guarantee Ronnie Coleman has some form of a polymorphism. He's a 1 in a billion. You know what, Julian? I would also have to say polymorphism. How do you explain Julian being 200 pounds? He's like 20 pounds of muscle more than you have. Yeah. He probably went on gear at 14 for 16 months, probably the same exact cycle, and it altered his DNA, and he's going to keep muscle forever.
Now he's natural and he keeps building muscle.
Yeah, because I don't think Julian will ever fail a drug test. Like, why would he put his reputation on the line?
Like I said, I'm never going to do this again. That was a one-time thing. I'm going to be on Turk now for the rest of my life because, like I said, I'm still getting bigger. I'm still getting stronger.
There's the Turk plug.
Everything goes well and it keeps going the way it is. Maybe at like 80, I'll be 200 pounds lean.
Maybe there's polymorphisms for Turk Builder Max and this, and that not everyone has it. Like, I never even thought of this, but like, I gained 9 pounds of muscle in like a year and whatever on this stuff. Like, I'm way bigger. There's some people that use it and they say they don't notice anything, but like more than half do. So maybe there's people with certain polymorphisms that allow these various active steroids like Ajulit or Castanica to build muscle, and other people don't. But that's why we offer a money-back guarantee. If you don't have the polymorphism that allows you to put on the muscle and keep it, well, we don't want to rip you off, just so we give you your money back. But if you do have it, you're going to make gains like me. Like I've said, I gained 4 pounds of muscle a month. I mean, it sounds impossible, 4 whole pounds. Yet there's people that gain more than that on creatine, but they probably have specific polymorphisms for creatine.
That is true.
Same thing applies for steroids, for testosterone, and so I think we've gotten a huge leap forward in the understandings, the science behind growth. So I would hope that Jeff Nippard, Mike Israel, who else would do some video on this? Maybe TNF?
Maybe TNF, maybe Derek.
The scientific snitch.
Yeah.
She could do one, talk about the poly, because man, it's above my head. She's really smart, the scientific.
Yeah.
She knows this kind of stuff.
Figured it out.
Philion can do a good reaction to this. I told you so.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows the science, but he certainly knows about who's a fake daddy or not.
He knows pretty well.
He called it.
He has a lot of opinions so I'm assuming he knows.
And so props to everyone who made videos saying there's no way he would have done it natural.
You got it.
But you might have got that right, but you were wrong in saying that I was covering for it. Do I look like I'm covering for him right now? Obviously, Obviously, with the help of performance enhancing drugs, he was able to make that crazy transformation. I mean, literally living at home on with the broomstick handles and doing whatnot. People didn't know that, and it's the polymorphism that I was not aware of.
So don't compare yourself. Make sure that you're on your own journey. Again, this was a really hard video to make.
Yeah.
But I hope, it teaches you guys to not compare yourself to others. I had this gene that helped me, like I said, hop on for 16 months, then hop off, keep the muscle and keep gaining more muscle.
And pass the blood work 3 times in a row. He's not going to use steroids ever again. He's only.
Yeah, the polymorphism business is I'm gonna keep an ear out for Scott Herman, anabolic stick, and real mud tip. Yeah, I don't know. It's and it does suck. I'm still gonna say that I enjoy Greg. I am entertained by Greg. So like, as long as I'm there for entertainment, I do like a lot of what he does. I mean, not all his videos are for me. I let's say I like 2 out of 10 videos, and I'll watch 2 out of 10 videos. A lot of them I skip, but this is a little odd coming from him, in my opinion. If GVS hops onto this convo, or even Clarence, oh, it's over for these guys. I don't know if I know either of those. Clarence, the Olympic weightlifter, Coach Clarence, is that tied to Omar Isuf? Clarence
Using
Yeah.
HLT supplements. Code Hussein 15% off. Don't forget about
Momentous Apparel. We have drop one already out, so if you haven't copied it,
plug the merch.
grab it. You can use code Greg to save 10% off. Again, like I said, there's $500,000 on the line moving forward. So if you want to come and test me, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a really hard one to make.
I mean, I think people can now move on knowing that you were a fake natty after all.
Yeah.
But what else is there to say? But it's it.
But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Love y'all, and we'll see you next time. Peace. So everything you just saw in the last video with Greg was a joke. It was planned to be a video where me and Greg make fun of everyone that's saying that I'm not natural, because it just doesn't make sense, all right? That was the whole point. We're talking about polymorphisms. We're talking about me being on gear for 16 months and hopping off and keeping all the gains. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't make sense. And the whole point was to show how dumb it is by us being extremely serious the whole time to just make fun of the people that are talking about it. And honestly, like, I feel like they're getting paid to make videos on me and saying that I'm not natural. I've tried everything in my power to show that I'm a lifetime natural. I'll look into this camera and say I've never done any sort of steroids, I've never done any SARMs, any peptides, nothing. The thing is, Greg made a comment on a video and he said that I was going to film that video soon and it was going to come out. And that's when literally today all of the people that I know, like Connor,
Yeah, what the heck? He got us, if that's the truth. Let's listen.
TNF made a video on me saying that I'm not natural with absolutely no evidence. It's just a comment of Greg, but just Greg saying that I'm not natural, everybody believes it. After everything that I've tried to do, massive blood work, I've offered $100,000 for whoever wants to come and test me for a full year if they want to. Anabolic stick, offered him this, and he didn't show up, kind of teed out, which is fine. Connor offered to pay for all of the blood work, all of the tests for the next year, and he didn't show up. But again, that was the whole point of the video initially, was just to make fun of people, and now I guess we're seeing like people's true faces. I guess everybody's coming out now and they're against me. Some people, for example, Jeff, I totally get how it can affect his reputation. He was, defending me in the comments in that video that he made. And I just want to say, honestly, without Greg making that comment, I feel like the video would have made a lot more sense, because it just goes through like everything. And at the end, after watching, you're like, all right, that makes sense. They're just trolling or they're just kidding. Like, what is a polymorphism? If you do want to test me, if you do want to pull up, I will up it to $500,000 now. All right, $500,000. If I fail a single blood work in a full year, if I fail one over the year, I'll refund every single person all of the tests that they paid for, and also I'll give them $500,000 on top of it. That's my invite to everybody watching this. And if you guys want to learn how to build your own fitness business, obviously you can see I know how to drive attention. You can apply and work with me down below. I'm going to put the link for it, usainbrad.com. And also if you want to cop some Momentous, drop 2, you can go and drop 1. The link, just click on it and go cop.
Hussein is a lifetime natural. I know of no polymorphism. This is a made-up word that I don't even know what it technically means. I said it so many times in the videos. Now, one thing I did was I posted a comment on, I forget the guy's name.
Okay, Urban Combat. So we're in a weird. Okay, so this guy has claimed lifetime natty. From my understanding, he's never tested positive for any drugs. His results are just so unbelievable that people are effectively unwilling to believe that he's a lifetime natty. Put on a crazy amount of muscle in a very short period of time, so to speak. So if I'm interpreting that video correctly, that first 8 minutes of the video, or whatever you want to call it, is them pretending to come clean that he's not a fake, that he is a fake natty. So that whole first 8 minutes, they are saying that that was a troll. That all that was made up. And then that little reaction video that followed is him doubling down, saying he's natty, always has been natty, always will be natty. And they're just, I guess they're just trying to screw with the fitness industry as a whole type thing. So those guys need to touch grass, right? That PE deception was a great term, because now yeah, like I know how I was ready to fully commit to that being a fake natty. Again, I don't know either of these two people well enough. There's a part of me that wants to believe that there's some extreme human genetics out there that can do really well and can look enhanced, but but they're screwing with everyone at the end of the day. The reaction video is from months back. It was the first in chronology. The reaction video is from months back. It was the first in chronology.
Is over 3 million followers. I wanted people to go read the comment and be like, oh my God, Hussein is going to post something about being a fake natty. And so I did that to stir up more controversy and to try to get him more views. Turns out that a lot of people...
Yeah, get views is right. This is probably, I don't actually know. Let's see what this is at. Probably a ton. 100,000 views in 4 hours.
Disappointed. He's lying.
People are probably over talking about it. It's the honest truth.
I didn't think that through. I was just thinking, how do I create more controversy to get more views, more drama? And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have the first fake natty, the first fake natty? That's how you say it. And so I posted the comment there. I shouldn't have posted the comment. People were too upset. And so that was my mistake. I shouldn't have posted the comment. And so listen, guys, this is the honest truth. If you take a 16-month of steroids and you put on, say, 45 pounds of muscle or whatever, and you stop, you're going to lose a shit ton of muscle. Now, some people are talking to TNF. He says, well, no, if you only get to your natural genetic potential, you can keep those gains. Now, I know people who have used steroids and done this, and they stop, they lose about half of their gains. And so if you think that you can just jump on this crazy first year cycle and put on like 40 pounds of muscle, or even if it's 30, you're probably going to lose half. And what's going to happen, so you know, LH and FSH is going to be tanked. Your testosterone levels are going to go in the toilet. You're likely not going to get an erection. You're going to feel like garbage. It's going to be horrendous. It could take you perhaps a year to get back to normal. And so don't try to be the fake natty and just go on gear for the first year and make all kinds of gains and lose it, because it's going to be a nightmare for you, and it's very, very unhealthy, and I strongly don't recommend it. It's all about being natural, guys. That is the truth after all. Until next time, I am out.
Okay.
It's not like a pro.
I don't know, guys. I don't think that changes anyone's mind. But they definitely drummed up a lot of controversy. They got us to watch it live on stream. But at the end of the day, go get your Turk. And yeah, that's it, I guess, eh? I suppose we'll call it a night there, guys. Urban Combat Fitness, or Greg, or Oscam's Razor, or Sen is still PED'd up to the gills. Yeah, didn't change anyone's mind. Is what it is. I think we are going to call it there. That was fun. I might actually try and watch a video at the end of every stream. I kind of like that. I probably won't do drama very often, but I felt like this one was topical enough because we were talking about it next week. But I might pick a video to watch at the end of the streams, because I think that's kind of fun. Go get your Turk. Excellent stream, man. Yeah. Glad I could watch you, brother. I'll be back with 45 pounds more muscle. Sounds great. Yeah. Let's call her there, guys. Be happy that the microphone worked for the rest of the stream. Oh, there we go. Sia joins us right for the end. Oh, did you get to see much of that, Sia? Oh, 07? Not sure what that is. Not sure what that is. Either way, it was good seeing everyone. Thanks everyone for joining. We're going to call it there. We'll be back next Friday. And you all have a good week. Get your workouts in. And yeah, we'll call her a night. Take care, guys. Mad Lift. I forgot about Mad Lift. Mad Lift.